Life. Life is really interesting. When you are not in alignment with the understanding as to who you really are, there can be a lot of obstacles that can stop you and prevent you from living the life that you want. And so what I want to do is I want to get into three things. These three things are the common obstacles that stop you from living the life that you want. As I quickly break down each of these three things, I'm also going to give you the answers, the solutions to how to deal with these obstacles, because I'm a big fan of you and understand I want you to win. In order for you to win, you have to have the keys, the solutions to the problems that's causing you to feel stuck in life. So the first thing that's stopping you from living the life that you want is clarity. You not being clear as to what it is that you actually want. The problem is we often think that what society says we want, we actually believe we want. But in fact, it is the complete opposite. Usually, I say when people are running a certain direction, the answer is to run the opposite direction. So when society says these are the things that define success and happiness, you avoid those things because you are an individual and you have to understand what makes you happy. What are the things that's going to satisfy you and fulfill you? You have to really be able to dive deep into who you are, the things that you love. What are you passionate about? Many times we feel like we don't have the opportunity to do that. And so you have to commit to following your curiosity. And that's ultimately the answer to being unclear, is following curiosity, because it is your curiosity that is going to lead you along the way of you finding out what exactly you want in life. When you find those things, then you elaborate, you expand upon those things, and that will create clarity for you in understanding what it is that you want. The second thing, which is very common and very well understood, is this idea of failure. The fear of failure is something that stops most of us in our tracks. But it's interesting because the idea of failure simply needs to be redefined. When you redefine and understand what failure really is, then you realize you have all the power. So there's nothing to fear. We make it this one and done kind of thing. If you try something and it doesn't work out, you failed, you're not good at it, you're not meant to be doing it. That's not the case. Failure in actuality is lessons. Failure is lessons in how to improve and get better to take you along the journey of success. People are misunderstanding what exactly failure means. True failure really means quitting. It means completely stopping. It means deciding that you will no longer pursue this objective. And as long as you continue to pursue the objective, no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times things may hurt or things may be challenging, you will continue and you will succeed. You see, the real trick with not fearing failure is not making failure an option. You have to redefine it in your mind as a stepping stone toward getting you to the place that you want. You have to turn failure into success. So instead of fearing failure, you have to make success the only option. And when success is the only option, the things that people often call failures are for you opportunities. And in that, you have to be stubborn in what it is that you want. You have to be focused, tunnel visioned, and keep going no matter what. And finally, the thing that causes the most challenge and obstacle in people's lives is the fear of success. The fear of success is such an interesting concept because what it means is, though we are uncomfortable in our lives right now, there is still a sense of comfortability in that because we know exactly what the life entails. We know exactly what's happening in your life, right? So when you are in this space, though you are not happy, you are still comfortable because everything is familiar. And with the idea of success, subconsciously, you fear the change. You fear potentially the responsibility. You fear their expectations. You fear the change because the change is unknown. Fear really is rooted in the unknown because you don't know what's going to happen. And since you are in this space, in this situation currently right now, though you admit you are not happy and fulfilled, you still know it. This idea of success, though it is something that we want to reach for, we still fear it because we don't know what exactly it means to have it. So as your ego, the part of your mind that identifies with who you are now at this moment, especially if your ego isn't managed, is going to want to prevent you from pursuing anything different because your ego likes to be comfortable. It likes to be in a place that's familiar. In order to overcome this fear of failure, there are a few things you want to do. One, you want to practice self-reflection. You want to get into exactly the aspects of success, why you fear it. Why is it preventing you from moving forward, from having a plan, from taking action? It's important as you are breaking down this root cause of why you fear success. You want to practice self-compassion. You want to practice forgiving yourself for actually having this fear. Because once you acknowledge you have this fear of success, then oftentimes you may feel a sense of guilt or shame around why you actually fear success. And with compassion, with understanding, with forgiveness of yourself, then you can quickly heal from this process, understanding why you fear success, why you feared success, and then you can easily get over it. The next thing you want to do is set achievable goals, small goals. What I like to do is I like to look at the big picture, and then I break that big picture down into the smallest goals possible. And then I just simply focus on that goal. Whatever's next is what I focus on. And then when that's done, I focus on the next thing. But I don't really focus on the big picture, except when I'm planning, when I'm strategizing. Visualize success in a positive way. Because you have this root fear of success, you have to, again, break down what that's about. What kind of assumptions or ideas or misconceptions do you have about success? Break those down, understanding that that's not true. That doesn't have to be true for you. And then you have to replace those ways of thinking about success in a way that is positive, supportive, that actually creates a space where you are comfortable with it, you are happy with it, you actually want to pursue it. Finally, create a good support system. When it comes to success, your community is very important. They say the 5 people you surround yourself with defines exactly who you are and who you're going to be. When you create a community of like-minded people who wish to be successful as well, and you help each other and support each other in being mindful about this process of creating the life that you want, then it becomes easier. You create a family, you create a community, a tribe, which will support you in this process of changing how you think about success and also helping you to transform your life from what it was to what you want it to be. And those are the 3 things that stop people from creating the life that they want. For you, you have the upper hand because many of these things people take for granted. Many of these things people haven't dived deep into and understood. But for you, you understand and you see how these things are potentially stopping you from creating the life that you want. And then you may understand why, from your perspective, you think your life sucks so much, but it doesn't. As long as you have life, you have the opportunity to create the life that you want. Thank you so much, and continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.